In this demo, I want to show you how you can learn 6 different styles of Hebrew reading and writing. Basically, the normal default for the whole program is what I call like a book style font, which is what you see on the screen now. And by the way, this works anywhere in the whole entire program. You can go to the top and you can say text, and then you can switch to these different fonts. So for instance, this is going to be now font cursive. So those are the exact same Hebrew words written in a cursive font. So for instance, what you could do is you could take the entire 13 reading lessons with the book style font and then practice for a month or 2 with that. And then when you're ready to learn cursive, you could go back and take the exact same 13 lessons again with this cursive font. We also have hand-printed font, which is usually not used by anybody, but it's kind of interesting. Then you have the Rashi Font. This is more for people who are doing biblical studies or research. Rashi was a rabbi, and when you read his different texts, this is the style of font you see his writings. So some people are interested in learning that. Font bold is really not that different than the normal style font, but it gives you an idea just to how different letters could be written. For instance, if you're reading signs on the side of the road in Hebrew, the letters might look more like this than what they would in a biblical book. Again, here's another style of font. This one's called Ruth or Fancy. The letters are just a little bit more ornate. And the last one is very challenging, and this is ancient Hebrew. So if you're an archaeologist or something and you want to learn how to read inscriptions written on stones that are 4, 5, 6,000 years old or whatever, this would be the type of Hebrew letters you'd be interested in learning. And again, the same thing works. You can always right-click.
Yom.
You can hear the word pronounced, and you could see
Yom.
You could see the English transliteration here that tells you how to pronounce it, and then you can right-click. You find out what the word means in English, translated versus transliteration. And I'm going to go back to, I could just hit F6, it will go back to the default font, or you could always come up here and just click Font Default. There's also an option here to show vowels or not. And so I click that, and the same words now are shown without vowels. So in a separate video, I showed you how we have a few special lessons on how to learn to read without vowels. But also, once you've done that lesson, you could come, for instance, here to the top 400 words of the Bible, and you could learn to read all these words without vowels. And it's really not that hard. For instance, this is Yom, Eretz, Yisrael, Al, Bo, Melech, Hashem's name, Haya, Asa, Elohim, El, Asher. So eventually you can actually learn these words with or without the vowels. And it's easy just to turn the vowels on and off anytime you want to. So a beginner, of course, would be always using the vowels, and then as you move higher up, you would turn the vowels off. Here's a way you can alternate between 2 vowels. Like if I go to Rashi here, I could press F10, or I could just say text alternate last font, and I could always just switch back and forth between 2 fonts. So if I'm trying to learn Rashi, I could just easily switch back to the regular font and then say, oh, that's what it is, and then I could go back to Rashi and look at it again. So there are basically 6 different styles of fonts, and then you can turn the vowels off for any one of those 6 styles. On a separate video, I'll show you a special section of the program that teaches you how to write Hebrew using cursive letters.
For immediate access to our entire series of videos and the frequently asked and should ask questions on learning Hebrew, please visit HebrewInfoCenter.com, or you can text your name and email to 214-317-4517. When you do that, I'll immediately send you access to those videos along with the first 3 audio lessons of our course, the top 400 words of the Hebrew Bible. Look forward to talking to you more, and I'll see you on the inside.